What's going on, everybody? Howard Bender here from the Fantasy Alarm. And it's Monday, which means it's time for Monkey Knife Fight Prop Contest for Monday Night Football, right? If you guys haven't played on Monkey Knife Fight yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Get on over to fantasyalarm.com/MKF. Use that promo code ALARM. You'll get a match deposit up to $100 on your first deposit. Plus, you'll get a free $5 entry fee into another contest. So again, fantasyalarm.com/MKF, and then use that promo code ALARM. So let's get to some of our Monday Night Football contests. Two teams moving in very opposite directions. Seattle's lost not only their last 2 games, but they've lost 5 out of their last 6, falling desperately out of playoff contention in the NFC. Meanwhile, Washington, winners of their last 2, are starting to creep up a little further and getting themselves into that playoff spot. Not just about the NFC East, but I'm talking about the entire NFC conference as well. So let's see how these two teams moving in opposite directions match up tonight with our Monkey Knife Fight contest. And we'll start off with the more or less. That's where you just basically take 2 players, 3 players maybe, and you're just talking about straight up props, more or less on yardage, touchdowns, stuff like that. So let's kick it off here. Our more or less that we're going to go to first. DK Metcalf with receiving yards. The number is 70.5. Now, I get it. Seattle really hasn't been throwing the ball all that much, but the way you beat Washington is through the air. Their secondary is atrocious. So you give me more than 70.5 yards, receiving yards for DK Metcalf. The other part of that contest, Antonio Gibson, rushing yards, 67.5. Now, I got to tell you, I kind of feel like Washington's going to keep this game close. I think it's going to stay competitive. I think both teams are going to use the aerial attack a little bit more than they are going to do on the ground. So I'm going to say less for 67.5 rushing yards for Antonio Gibson. Next contest, I want to talk about the rapid fire. This is where you take a player, match him up against another player, and somebody gets some extra yards along the way. It's basically like just picking with a spread is what it comes down to. So the first one here for our rapid fire, we'll go quarterbacks. Taylor Heineke plus 5.5 yards against Russell Wilson. I'll tell you what, I think Heineke's got a more prolific pass-friendly offense than Seattle does. Seattle doesn't run a lot of plays. They don't throw a ton of passes. So I think we're looking at the possibility of some bigger plays here from Washington. You know that he's got Taylor Heineke's got Logan Thomas coming back. He's got Terry McLaurin. He's got Curtis Samuel coming back as well. He's also got a great pass-catching running back in J.D. McKissick. So give me the Taylor Heineke plus 5.5 passing yards over Russell Wilson. The other one here, it's DK Metcalf versus Tyler Lockett. And the spread, they're giving Metcalf 0.5 receiving yards. So it's basically, who do you think is going to be better? Who's going to be more prolific? The DVOA coverage numbers say that Washington struggles a little bit more against that number 1 than they do against the number 2 wide receiver and or the slot. So I think Russell Wilson's going to lean on DK Metcalf here. So give me DK Metcalf. Give me that extra half a yard, and we'll put him ahead of Tyler Lockett. Finally, then, it's a touchdown dance, baby. You know it. You love it. We all love the touchdown dance here. How many touchdowns are going to be scored tonight? I'm not so sure. This over-under is 47.5 in this game, and I'm sort of tilting on the under here. So I'm going to play it conservative. I'm going to say Terry McLaurin. I'm going to say DK Metcalf. And then I'm going to go with Logan Thomas returning from injured reserve tonight. He plays 100% of the snaps. The tight end for Washington, always on the field. They give him 99 to 100% of the snap count there. So Metcalf, McLaurin, and Logan Thomas, I think between the 3 of them, they can combine for 2 touchdowns or more. So yeah, it's over 1.5 touchdowns here for the touchdown dance. So there you go. More or less, Metcalf, more than 70.5 receiving yards. Gibson, less than 67.5 rushing yards. For our rapid fire, it's Heineke plus 5.5 passing yards over Russell Wilson, and it's Metcalf plus half a yard more receiving yards than Tyler Lockett and the touchdown dance. McLaurin, Metcalf, Logan Thomas. Again, fantasyalarm.com/MKF. Promo code ALARM gets you a match deposit up to $100 plus a free $5 contest entrance fee. Best of luck to you guys all tonight. Enjoy the game. I'm Howard Benner of the Fantasy Alarm, and we'll catch you next time.